Schalk, thank you for speaking to us here on ANN7 at the beautiful Newlands. It's just the perfect place to talk about what an illustrious career you've had. Tell us a bit about where it all began. Growing up, did you know you were going to be a professional rugby player?
Well, not professional rugby player, but obviously I grew up on the stands here. You know, the old scholar seats used to be just in front of the main stand here, in front of it used to be standing seats down here. So obviously my old man, you know, used to play here, mid to late 80s, and at that stage, you know, I just about got enough recollection of standing here watching captains run. You know, back then they just, halftime was still the big can of water, so obviously out the can, the bucket of water, chucking it on my brother, running around. And obviously, you know, playing rugby in your jeans after the game's finished. We sort of used to be allowed on the pitch after the game, you know, and the lights used to be on for like a couple of minutes, 15 minutes or so. So you try to make as many tackles and as many ball carries in those 15 minutes. So,
well, you played cricket, you played rugby, so I can imagine that you're quite a magnet with the ladies.
I'm not too sure about that. I would like to think so, but I doubt it. I think obviously off the field, I was pretty handy in the pub as well. So hopefully that led to me being handy with the ladies. No, it hasn't changed at all.
We were at Jean de Villiers' tribute dinner a couple of days ago, and you know there were 4 captains on stage, and you spoke about, you know, your times on tour. Tell us a bit about what it's like to play in a team, in a Springbok team and then a Western Province team.
Yeah, I think rugby is the most amazing team sport in the world. I mean, if you just think about the different people that's playing in it, we've obviously got props, we've got a certain build, we've scrum halves, we've got us loose forwards, which I like to refer as the national build of South Africa, because there's heaps of us, locks, and then obviously the quick fast guys at the back. But just for all of us, you know, to get together, working towards one goal, it's incredible. And obviously, you know, it's a great game. I've been privileged to do it, and a lot of times we become really good mates. And I think the current Springbok crop, why I think the big reason why I've been quite successful for a number of years is because we're all good mates.
Absolutely. Now, you didn't have an easy career, of course. I mean, a couple of injuries, a neck injury, knee injury. But something that has come through is that you are so resilient. We just know that you're always going to come back. Let's just talk about those first couple of injuries. You were out for, I think, the most of 2006. How difficult was that mentally?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, 2006, obviously, you know, I was playing well, and at that stage, you know, I think as a rugby player, all of us go through that. Again, I broke away from it. I was quite nervous about this knee, actually. It was almost a career ender, I think. It was touch and go if I was going to come back or I'm going to be comfortable running again or play at the same level, and then started training and actually felt quite all right. And then, you know, started getting some weird sensations down my left leg, some spasticity. And that's the very well documented next phase of my career. So I had a cyst on my spinal cord that was compressing 2/3 of it.
I can imagine it was a very difficult time for the family. You have a young family.
Yeah, it was a scary time for the family.
Who has been the biggest influence in your life? Your coaching mentor, and just somebody that has always told you you can overcome adversity, you can overcome difficulty, and you can be one of the best Springboks in the world?
Yeah, I think, you know, every player's makeup's different. With me, there's been belief. You know, there's been certain belief. If I'm playing at top of my level, you know, I'm possibly the best in the world. So I've had that belief.
Fantastic and beautiful to hear. Just a couple of last questions. Of course, Rugby World Cup here. You've represented South Africa in a number of Rugby World Cups. So what is that like? What is that experience when you run on a field and you know, I'm doing this for my country?
Yeah, I think, you know, World Cups are special. You know, we've obviously a couple of guys who's been privileged to do quite a few, and we're holding thumbs that I can make my 4th. But you know, it's a great opportunity. You know, in 2007, you know, we had a realistic chance of winning it, and we ended up winning the World Cup. And we surprised ourselves by coming back here and thought, okay, you know, we've won the World Cup, we're proud, our families are proud, but we didn't expect the whole nation just to be as one.